Hi, this is Kristen with Pink Castle Crafting, and today I'm going to talk to you about our new Hex Hive Framelit. This is a product that's new in our spring catalog, and it is item number 132965, and it has been a really great multi-purpose tool that I found a lot of things to do with already. My very first cut that I did with the Hex Framelit, I actually had a bit of a problem with it, so I wanted to show you that and tell you how we can fix it. So you'll see it did the cut okay, but then when I went to take it out of the framelit, it ripped in quite a few places, and I wasn't very happy with that, so I wanted to figure out a way to fix that. So when I did my follow-up cut, I made sure that I used some wax paper, and I just put a layer of wax paper down, then the layer of cardstock. I'm sorry, it goes this way actually. So the framelit will go on top, then the wax paper, and then the layer of cardstock. And I'll get that all centered. And I will pull my Big Shot in here, and we will go ahead and cut that so I can show you how it will work out when it's being punched out. So I'm going to put my magnetic platform and my very old used plates that have gotten a lot of use over the years. I'm going to put the cover on and then crank this through. And you'll see this die is a little bit tighter than some of the other ones, but it still seems to go pretty well. Makes kind of a bit of creak and cracking, but that's okay. And then I have, you'll see that the frame is cut out and the wax paper layer is still there. You'll see that. So I'm going to take this apart and then start punching this out. And you'll see that these pieces just very easily pop right out, and they kind of make confetti all over. And if you're like me, you're going to save all those pieces and find another way to use them. I don't get rid of much of anything, so I imagine I'll be finding different ways I can use these little individual pieces on projects coming up. So you'll see with that layer of wax paper, it just popped right out. And here I have my great framelit all set and ready to go. So I'll put that aside for another project, but I wanted to show you a couple other things you can do. Just clear this away a little bit. This piece that I showed you before that didn't turn out very well, I couldn't even throw that piece away, and I had to find a use for the bottom. So I went ahead and took a big circle punch, and I punched out of the bottom and found out that it makes an absolutely beautiful soccer ball. And then I cut out a second layer of black again and just layered that on white and found it made a really nice background for a soccer card or a soccer scrapbook page also. So you'll find the two hex pieces can be really multi-purpose that way. So that'll be a great use for those. The next thing that I want to show you is how to use your framelit as a stencil. And this is going to give you a whole nother use for your tool. And I always like tools that are multi-purpose and can do more than one thing. So we will take the stencil and line it up on top of just a sheet of white cardstock. The first time I did this, I just laid it on here, laid it on the table, and started sponging. But I found it was kind of slipping around a little bit, and then I had this great idea that I could use our magnetic platform. So what you can do for that is just put a piece of scrap paper down here so it doesn't get your platform all dirty, and then you'll lay this, and you can hear it already. It's just clicking right on there and plops right down. And then you'll take your sponge and ink it up, and then just start applying ink into all these creases and crevices. And because this is metal, the frame will just wash right off when you're done with it. So you'll fill this whole thing up, take the framelit off, and you'll find you have a great background design stenciled on there. And here's two cards that I made using that technique. And you can see in this background, the hexagon shape fits very well with the B stamp. And I made a Happy Day card and used the crushed curry ink right on top of the crushed curry cardstock to give a real subtle background. And then a second card I made is a little more easy to distinguish where the hex shapes are, because I used the Wisteria Wonder on Whisper White cardstock. and then just did some kind of collage look on top from the Everything Eleanor stamp set, and just kind of layered and layered and made this a one layer card in terms of the stamping. Just added a bow, and then down at the bottom I did sending many thanks, and I do tend to like little tiny greetings, and you will find those pretty often on my cards. So I hope I gave you some tips that you can use with your hex frame when you're trying to cut things out, and a great new tip that you can use to use your hex framelit in a new way as a stencil. Have a great day. Bye-bye.